What if you could stop working at 40 and still live comfortably for the rest of your life? Sounds intriguing, right? Well, it's not just a pipe dream. In fact, it's a very real pursuit for a growing number of people around the world. This is the allure of financial independence and early retirement. Imagine this, a life where you're not bound by the 9-to-5 grind. A life where you're free to spend your time as you please, whether that's traveling, pursuing a passion, or simply relaxing at home. This is the freedom that financial independence can bring. But how does one achieve such a seemingly lofty goal? That's where the concept of FIRE comes in. FIRE, an acronym that stands for Financial Independence Retire Early, is a lifestyle movement that's gaining traction among millennials and Gen Xers alike. The idea is simple. Save and invest aggressively to retire early and live off your investments for the rest of your life. While the concept is straightforward, the execution requires discipline, planning, and a fair bit of financial savvy. It's not just about cutting back on your lattes or skipping that vacation. It's about reevaluating your financial habits, making smart investment choices, and sometimes making sacrifices to achieve your long-term goals. The FIRE movement isn't just about retiring early, though. It's about gaining the freedom to choose how you live your life. It's about breaking free from the societal norms of working until you're 65 and then hoping you have enough saved for a comfortable retirement. It's about taking control of your financial future and living life on your own terms. So you might be wondering, is this all too good to be true? Can you really achieve financial independence and retire early? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore in this series. We'll unpack the principles of FIRE, discuss the strategies to achieve it, and explore whether it's the right choice for you. So let's delve deeper into what FIRE really means and how it can change your life. Financial independence, the first part of FIRE, is a state where you no longer need to work to cover your living expenses. It's a concept that goes beyond the traditional idea of retirement, where you stop working at a certain age, usually after decades of service. Instead, it's about reaching a point where your money is doing the hard work for you. But how does this happen? The answer lies in passive income. This is income that you earn without having to actively work for it. It could come from investments in the stock market, real estate, or even a side business that doesn't require much of your time. The goal is to have these passive income sources generate enough money to cover your living expenses. Now, you might be wondering, how do you build this passive income? The key lies in saving and investing aggressively. This doesn't mean you have to live a life of extreme frugality, eating ramen noodles every day and never enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's more about making wise financial decisions, cutting back on unnecessary expenses, and investing the money you save. For instance, instead of buying a brand new car, you might buy a used one and invest the difference. Or instead of eating out every day, you might cook at home more often and invest the savings. Over time, these small changes can add up to significant savings, which can then be invested to generate passive income. Investing can seem intimidating at first, but it doesn't have to be. There are plenty of resources out there to help you get started, from books to blogs to online courses. The key is to start small, learn as you go, and stay consistent. Of course, financial independence doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and discipline. But the payoff is worth it. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you don't have to work if you don't want to. You're free to pursue your passions, spend time with your loved ones, or simply enjoy a leisurely morning coffee without the stress of a daily commute. Ultimately, achieving financial independence is about making your money work for you instead of you working for your money. It's about freeing yourself from the constraints of traditional employment and living life on your own terms. Now let's talk about the second part of FIRE, retire early. This phrase might conjure up images of endless vacation days, leisurely mornings with no alarm clock, or the freedom to explore new hobbies at your own pace. But retiring early doesn't necessarily mean bidding farewell to work forever. Instead, it's about gaining the freedom to choose what you spend your time on, thanks to the financial independence you've achieved. Think about it. How many times have you wished you had more time to learn a new language, write that novel that's been brewing in your mind, or simply spend more quality time with your loved ones. Early retirement can make these dreams a reality. It's not about lounging on a beach all day, unless that's your passion, of course, but about having the freedom to pursue what truly matters to you. The beauty of early retirement is that it's not a one-size-fits-all concept. For some, it might mean leaving the traditional 9-to-5 grind to start a small business. For others, it could be dedicating more time to volunteer work or diving into full-time parenthood. It's all about creating a life that brings you joy and fulfillment without the constant worry about finances. Achieving early retirement is a tangible goal, but it doesn't come without effort. It requires careful planning, disciplined saving, and smart investing. But the reward, the freedom to wake up every morning and ask yourself, what do I want to do today, rather than what do I have to do today? Remember, early retirement doesn't necessarily mean you'll never earn another dime. Many early retirees find that they end up making money from their passion projects or hobbies. The difference is they're doing it on their own terms, and not because they need to pay the bills. So, early retirement is less about ceasing work entirely and more about having the financial freedom to choose how you spend your time. It's about living life on your own terms, fueled by the financial independence you've worked hard to achieve. Now that we understand what FIRE is, what are the key principles to achieve it? Well, first and foremost, frugality is king. Living a frugal life doesn't mean you have to become a hermit and shun all enjoyment. It's about making thoughtful choices, prioritizing needs over wants, and finding joy in simplicity. It's about cutting out the excess and focusing on what truly matters to you. Then comes investing. The power of compound interest cannot be overstated. It's the magic formula that turns your hard-earned savings into a growing wealth machine. Investing smartly and consistently in diversified portfolios can yield significant returns over time. And remember, it's not about timing the market, but time in the market that matters. Creating multiple income streams is another essential principle. Depending on a single source of income can be risky. So, diversifying your income can provide a safety net and accelerate your journey towards financial independence. This could mean a side hustle, rental income, dividend stocks, or even a small online business. Living below one's means is a crucial principle. It's not about how much you earn, but how much you save that really counts. This requires conscious effort and discipline, but the reward is worth it. Avoiding debt is also key. While some debts can be beneficial, like a mortgage for a home, consumer debt like credit cards or personal loans often come with high interest rates and can quickly become a financial burden. So, be cautious with your borrowing habits. All these principles are intertwined and work together to form the foundation of the FIRE approach. They require discipline, consistency, and a bit of creativity. But remember, it's not a race. Everyone's journey is unique, and it's important to find a balance that works for you. Remember, the journey to FIRE is less about getting rich quick and more about disciplined saving, wise investing, and patient wealth building. So you might be wondering, is FIRE right for me? Well, let's delve into that. FIRE as a concept is incredibly flexible. It's not a one-size-fits-all plan or a rigid blueprint to follow. It's a framework that allows you to tailor your financial journey to your specific needs and aspirations. You see, FIRE is often associated with extreme frugality and retiring in your 30s. And while that's true for some, it doesn't have to be the case for everyone. FIRE is about more than just extreme saving and early retirement. It's about financial independence and the freedom it brings. It's about having the choice to work because you want to, not because you have to. So how can you adapt the principles of FIRE to your life? Well, it starts with a mindset shift. Instead of viewing money as something to be spent, view it as a tool that can provide you with freedom and security. Next, focus on increasing your savings rate. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting out all luxuries from your life. It could be as simple as cooking at home more often, or choosing to buy a used car instead of a new one. And finally, invest wisely. The power of compound interest cannot be overstated. Even small investments can grow exponentially over time, providing you with a passive income stream in the future. So, is FIRE for you? Well, if you value financial independence, if you want to have more control over your time, and if you're willing to make some changes to your current lifestyle, then yes, FIRE could very well be for you. But remember, FIRE is not a race. It's a journey. It's about making intentional decisions that align with your financial goals and values. It's about finding balance between enjoying the present and planning for the future. Whether you want to retire at 40 or just have more financial security, the principles of FIRE can guide you towards a more financially independent life.